Balanced forces is when two or more objects act on each other.
Is it done?
No.
Unbalanced forces are when forces are not equal, and in this section, Ted will be using two hands to show the force, and I'll be using one to show the non-equal force.
This will be showing Newton's first law of motion. If the net force acting on an object is zero, the object remains at rest. This is also Newton's first law of motion. If the object is already moving or continues to move in a straight line with a constant speed. Friction is the force that brings everything nearly to a stop, which is that the force is acting resistance between the two sliding objects, slowing it down.
Rolling friction occurs when an object rolls across a surface.
And the surface and the friction between the ball will bring it to a complete stop. Static friction is the force that prevents an object at rest from moving when force is applied. Newton's second law of motion is the acceleration of an object when it equals the net force divided by the mass and is in the direction of the net force. The acceleration can be calculated by using this equation. To find the acceleration, you would take the equal net force and divide it by the mass and the direction of the object.
A force that attracts an object toward the center of the earth or toward any other physical object having mass.
The weight of an object is the size of the gravitational force exerted on an object. Your weight on Earth is the gravitational force between you and Earth. On Earth, weight is calculated from this equation, W equals m 9.8 ms squared. Since Christian weighs more than the dumbbell, he will fall faster than it. Weight and mass. Mass is the amount of matter in an object, while weight is the force exerted on the object. The force will roll the ball down the hill, and the mass will keep the ball rolling at a constant speed.
If you are in circular motion, your direction of motion is changing constantly. And as you can see, Ted is moving in a circular motion and his direction is changing every time he's spinning on that merry-go-round.
Air resistance is a form of friction that acts to slow down any object moving in the air. As Christian runs, the air will push against him, causing him to slow down, and he has to run harder. Center of mass is the point in an object that moves as if all of that object's mass were concentrated at that one point. The mass is concentrated in one point, causing the ball to spin. Newton's third law of motion. Forces always act in equal but opposite pairs. Another way of saying this act is an equal but opposite pairs. Another way of saying this act is for every action, there's an equal reaction. So if me and Christian, if I push on it, change in motion depends on mass. For example, when you walk forward, you push backward on the ground. The Earth then pushes you forward with the same size force. Because Earth's mass is so large, the force you exert causes Earth to have extremely small acceleration.
Weightlessness, the state of apparently not being acted on by gravity, the state of being weightless.
For example, so when you take this ball and you throw it up, and right before it comes down, the ball is in a state of weightlessness.